Okay, now let's move along down the line, looking at the triangle choke or Senkaku. One of my favorite submissions of all time. And again, the reason being is because I believe that it's the strongest choke in the game, using your legs against your opponent. So it's much stronger to strangle someone with the legs than it is your arms. There's been some innovations with this triangle as well. And again, the main innovation is set around posturing, okay? So from this position, whether it's Jujigatami or Senkaku, arm lock, triangle, it doesn't matter. The enemy is posture. We know this, okay? So we must fight against his posture. Now, from this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with one hand on the wrist and one hand on the back of the neck. Now, from here, I'm going to push his wrist to his torso, and then I overlock into this trap position, okay? So it's almost like the arm lock where I'm getting into this pre-control position over the shoulder to start to work my stuff. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, from this position, once I have this locking mechanism in place, what I'm going to do is release the locking mechanism that I have with the legs. I can do that safely because I'm controlling his head here. So I release and I bring my calf over the top of his shoulder. Once I do that, I'm going to straighten that leg and put the inside of this knee right on his shoulder. And again, this creates a super strong wedging system that makes it impossible for him to pull out. Now from here, I lock it over the top, squeeze my knees together, and it's super, super tight. So it's not much of an innovation, but it's just to focus more on the controlling the head and controlling the posture from this grip. From here again, I have to get that posture broken. I push the hand to the torso and I lock over the top into that trapping position. This position again is not the triangle, but it's a halfway point in between. Okay, and the probability of getting to this position is very high. The probability of getting here right directly into a triangle is super low. So we want to get to this first pre-position first, which is much easier to get. And then from here, it's very, very easy to get the triangle. The percentage of success from this position is super high, okay? So we're just cutting down the risk of failure. So from here, I have that posture broken down. If I let this head go at all, it's gone. Never let go of the head control when you're attacking the triangle. This is everything. The whole theme of this video has been about the top position, keeping up and keeping posture. If you're broken down, that's when you're in trouble. He's broken down right now. So from here, leg goes over the top, calf goes on the shoulder, and I straighten and change the angle of my body so the inside of that knee is again wedged up against his shoulder. This heel tight to my leg. From here, I can actually release the grips. Try to pull your arm up. It's almost impossible. Then I lock the figure four, squeeze my knees together, pull the head down, and it's a wrap. One of the innovations that I have to credit John Danaher for, he's been amazing with this specific innovation, is the way to enter into it. So what we like to do is to provoke a response from my opponent and get a reaction to enter into the triangle. From there, I just showed it from a very basic position, pushing the wrist forward. That was just to look at the application of the actual submission. But the way to get it is a new innovation in the way that we teach it. So nowadays, we teach it based off reactions. So we'll cause a reaction first, and then we'll start to lock on. So from this position, it's very simple to grab a 2-on-1. Now, really quickly, guys, I'm just going to put my foot on his hip and push his hand to the mat. Yes. As soon as that happens, his hand hits the mat. Now I can come over the top and lock onto my triangle position, switch, and attack it. So that is absolutely one of the innovations. And it's just the way that it's taught. It's not really an innovation in technique, it's an innovation in the way that we teach it. We like to teach it now or practice it and drill it from a response position. So again, a very basic response position that we can look at is to grab a 2-on-1, foot on the hip. And what happens is I put the foot on the hip and pull him this way. His hand goes to the mat. From here, over the top, lock the pressure, lock the posture, switch the angle, lock it, squeeze the knees together, head down, and it's lights out. So these are some of the innovations with the triangle choke. And again, the main focus on the innovations here is just the posture, okay? And to higher the probability of success by controlling the posture. So hopefully this helps with your triangle chokes.